The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, legends versus reality. Picture this, a vast, seemingly endless stretch of ocean where the unknown and the unexplainable intertwine. This is the Bermuda Triangle, a place that has captured the human imagination for centuries. It's a region that even seasoned sailors and experienced pilots hesitate to traverse, not because of any immediate danger, but because of the mystique that surrounds it. Tales of lost ships, vanished aircraft, and inexplicable disappearances have turned this otherwise ordinary part of the Atlantic into a zone of intrigue and mystery. But is the Bermuda Triangle really the supernatural hotspot it's made out to be? Or are we just projecting our fascination with the unknown onto what might be nothing more than a coincidence of unfortunate events? A global fascination with the unknown. Every culture has its myths and legends about places that defy logic. From the Devil's Sea in Japan to the lost city of Atlantis, humans have long been drawn to stories about areas where the laws of nature seem to bend or break. The Bermuda Triangle is no exception. Over the years, it has earned a reputation that rivals the most mysterious places on Earth, thanks largely to the media, authors, and those with a penchant for the paranormal. In the 20th century, the Triangle became a household name, thanks to writers like Charles Berlitz, whose book The Bermuda Triangle catapulted the region into the global imagination. Berlitz's work, filled with tales of alien abductions, time warps, and portals to other dimensions, played into humanity's love of mystery. The unknown has always fascinated us, and the Bermuda Triangle, with its tantalizing combination of unexplained disappearances and eerie coincidences, fed into that collective desire for answers. Famous disappearances, fact or fiction? Let's start with one of the most famous stories associated with the Triangle, the disappearance of the USS Cyclops in 1918. This massive U.S. Navy ship, carrying over 300 people and a large load of manganese, vanished without a trace while en route from Barbados to Norfolk, Virginia. No distress signals were sent, no debris was found, and to this day, the Cyclops remains one of the most significant mysteries of the Triangle. Many theories have surfaced over the years, ranging from alien abductions to underwater magnetic fields, pulling the ship to the ocean floor. But what truly happened to the Cyclops? While paranormal enthusiasts cling to the idea that something supernatural occurred, experts suggest more plausible explanations. Some point to the possibility of a structural failure within the ship, exacerbated by rough seas. Others speculate that the ship was simply a casualty of the harsh weather conditions that frequent the region. But the Cyclops is just one of many. Another famous incident is that of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine training mission. But as they flew over the Atlantic, the pilots became disoriented. Despite their attempts to navigate back, they lost contact with the base and disappeared. A rescue plane sent after them also vanished, and no wreckage from any of the aircraft has ever been found. These stories, while dramatic, are not unique. Hundreds of ships and planes have passed through the Bermuda Triangle without incident, which begs the question: are the disappearances we hear about really that unusual, or do they simply stand out because they defy explanation? The power of perception. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Bermuda Triangle is how much of its mystery is tied to perception. We, as humans, are naturally drawn to patterns, even when none exist. When we hear about a few strange occurrences in a specific area, we start to believe that the area itself is somehow cursed or dangerous. It's the same reason why urban legends about haunted houses or cursed objects endure. Our minds fill in the gaps with stories, turning ordinary events into extraordinary ones. In the case of the Bermuda Triangle, many of the incidents that have occurred could likely be explained by natural causes. Storms, rough seas, mechanical failures, and human error are all plausible explanations for the disappearances in the region. But once a place earns a reputation like that of the Bermuda Triangle, it's hard to shake the mystique. A question of scale. Another important factor to consider is the sheer size of the Bermuda Triangle. Spanning roughly 500,000 square miles, it's one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, with countless planes and ships passing through every day. Statistically speaking, the more traffic an area sees, the more likely it is that accidents will occur. When you add in the unpredictable weather patterns of the Atlantic, the chances of mishaps only increase. So, is the Bermuda Triangle really more dangerous than other heavily trafficked areas of the ocean? Or is it simply a matter of numbers? The more ships and planes pass through, the more opportunities there are for things to go wrong. The stories we tell ourselves. One of the reasons the Bermuda Triangle continues to capture our imagination is because it taps into our deeper fears about the unknown. The ocean, vast and largely unexplored, has always represented both opportunity and danger for humanity. We are drawn to it, but we also fear it. It is the ultimate symbol of the unknown, deep, mysterious, and indifferent to our presence. The stories we tell about places like the Bermuda Triangle are often less about the place itself, and more about our relationship with the unknown. We create legends and myths to help us make sense of things we can't fully understand. The Bermuda Triangle, with its mix of real-life disappearances and supernatural speculation, offers the perfect canvas for those stories. The transition to science. But as captivating as these stories are, the question remains: how much of the Bermuda Triangle's mystery is rooted in reality, and how much is a product of our imagination? In the next section, we'll explore the scientific explanations behind the triangle's infamous reputation. From rogue waves to methane hydrates, we'll dive into the natural phenomena that might explain some of the region's most baffling events. Stay with us as we journey deeper into the mystery and the reality of the Bermuda Triangle. A scientific look at the Bermuda Triangle. For all the legends and myths surrounding the Bermuda Triangle, science offers a more grounded perspective. The triangle, while fascinating, isn't a magical or cursed place. It's a part of the world's ocean where natural forces converge in sometimes deadly ways. And while the stories of vanishing ships and planes are compelling, there's often a scientific explanation that, while less exciting than alien abductions or time warps, is far more plausible. Rogue waves, a maritime threat. One of the most compelling scientific theories behind the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is the phenomenon of rogue waves. These waves, also known as freak waves, are massive walls of water that can appear seemingly out of nowhere, reaching heights of up to 100 feet. For years, rogue waves were considered little more than sailors' tall tales, stories passed down through generations, but without any real evidence to back them up. That all changed in 1995, when a rogue wave was officially recorded by an oil platform off the coast of Norway. The wave, which measured 84 feet high, confirmed what many sailors had long suspected. Rogue waves are real, and they are incredibly dangerous. In the open ocean, where multiple weather systems can collide, rogue waves can form without warning. A ship caught in the path of one of these waves stands little chance of survival, as the immense force of the water can easily capsize even the sturdiest of vessels. Given the Bermuda Triangle's location in the Atlantic, an area known for its volatile weather, it's entirely possible that rogue waves have played a role in some of the region's disappearances. Ships like the Cyclops, which vanished without a trace, could have been victims of one of these sudden, devastating waves. Methane hydrates, the ocean's hidden danger. Another theory that has gained traction in recent years is the possibility that methane hydrates could be responsible for some of the strange occurrences in the Bermuda Triangle. Methane hydrates are deposits of natural gas trapped in ice beneath the ocean floor. Under certain conditions, these deposits can become destabilized, releasing massive amounts of gas into the water. When methane gas is released, it can reduce the density of the water, causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink. This process, known as a methane hydrate blowout, could potentially explain why some ships have disappeared, without leaving behind any wreckage. Furthermore, if a plane were to fly through an area where a large amount of methane gas had been released into the atmosphere, the engines could stall, leading to a crash. While the methane hydrate theory is still being researched, it offers a plausible scientific explanation for some of the Bermuda Triangle's more mysterious disappearances. Unpredictable weather. Nature's fury. The Bermuda Triangle sits in a region that is prone to sudden and severe weather changes. The area is located in the heart of hurricane territory, with storms forming quickly in the warm waters of the Atlantic. These storms can create violent winds and waves, posing significant danger to ships and aircraft. In the early days of maritime and aviation history, without modern weather forecasting systems, crews often had little warning before a storm struck. For example, hurricanes have been known to develop rapidly in the region, and ships that are caught in their path can be quickly overwhelmed. The same is true for smaller aircraft, which may not be able to withstand the intense turbulence created by these storms. Even without a full-blown hurricane, the Bermuda Triangle is known for its frequent squalls, sudden, violent gusts of wind that can appear out of nowhere, catching crews off guard. These unpredictable weather patterns could explain some of the more baffling disappearances in the Triangle. For instance, when Flight 19 disappeared, some reports suggested that unusual weather conditions could have contributed to the squadron's disorientation and eventual disappearance. Navigational hazards. The geographical challenge. In addition to the natural dangers posed by weather and waves, the Bermuda Triangle's geography also plays a role in its reputation. The region is dotted with shallow waters, coral reefs, and submerged islands, which can pose a significant threat to ships. These underwater hazards can be difficult to detect, even with modern navigation systems, and a ship that strikes a reef may sink before the crew has a chance to send a distress signal. The area is also located near some of the deepest parts of the Atlantic Ocean, including the Puerto Rico Trench, which plunges more than 27,000 feet below the surface. Ships or planes that sink in this area may be difficult, if not impossible, to recover. which could explain why so many of the triangle's victims are never found. Furthermore, the magnetic anomalies reported in the region, where compasses and other navigational instruments behave erratically, are often cited as a contributing factor in the triangle's mysteries. While the idea of a magnetic vortex pulling ships and planes off course is an exaggeration, there are indeed natural magnetic fluctuations in certain parts of the world's oceans. These fluctuations can disrupt navigation, especially in older vessels that relied heavily on compass-based systems. The human element, mistakes, panic, and weight of the stones used in Stonehenge is staggering. The larger sarsen stones, which make up the outer circle, weigh up to 45 tons each and stand over 20 feet tall. The smaller blue stones, which were originally transported from Wales, weigh between 2 and 5 tons. How were the stones moved? One of the biggest mysteries of Stonehenge is how these ancient people, with no wheels or metal tools, managed to move the massive stones. There are numerous theories, but none have been conclusively proven. Some suggest that the builders used timber sledges, dragging the stones across the land. Others propose that they floated the stones along rivers using rafts. Recent experimental archaeology has attempted to recreate these methods. One theory involves rolling the stones on wooden logs, or even using a system of rails and ball bearings, as proposed by Andrew Young, who tested the idea by building a timber track and moving large stones on spherical granite balls. While these experiments show it's possible to move the stones, the exact methods used remain uncertain. Engineering mastery. The construction wasn't just about moving stones. It was about precision. The builders of Stonehenge didn't merely arrange the stones haphazardly. They carefully placed the stones in such a way that the lintels, the horizontal stones that sit atop the vertical uprights, form a perfect circle. The stones were shaped using primitive tools, mostly hammers, made from stone, yet the result is incredibly precise. The lintels are curved to form a continuous circle, and the tops of the stones are level, despite the fact that the ground slopes slightly. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence that suggests the builders used simple but effective tools like antler picks to excavate the ground, and pounding stones to shape the massive sarsens. These discoveries highlight the impressive craftsmanship of the Neolithic builders, who likely spent years carefully shaping each stone to fit into place. A monument to society building, Stonehenge would have required not just physical labor, but also social organization. This wasn't the work of a small group of people, but likely involved thousands of individuals over many generations. It's possible that Stonehenge served as a unifying project for the surrounding communities, a way to bring people together for a common cause. Archaeological evidence from nearby Durrington walls suggests that feasting and large gatherings took place during the construction of Stonehenge. Animal bones from cattle and pigs have been found, indicating that people traveled great distances to participate in these events. Some of the animals came from as far away as Scotland, implying that Stonehenge was important not just to local communities, but to people from all over Britain. While Stonehenge's construction is awe-inspiring, its purpose may have been even more profound. Archaeologists have long speculated that Stonehenge was used for rituals related to death and with the unknown, with the idea that there might still be mysteries in the world that science has yet to unravel. In a time when so much of the world has been mapped and explained, the Bermuda Triangle offers a rare glimpse into the unknown, a place where anything could happen. Demystifying the triangle. At the end of the day, the Bermuda Triangle is likely no more dangerous than any other heavily trafficked part of the ocean. While the stories of disappearances are certainly intriguing, many of them can be explained by natural phenomena, human error, or a combination of both. Rogue waves, methane hydrates, and unpredictable weather are all real dangers that sailors and pilots must contend with, and in a region as busy as the Bermuda Triangle, accidents are bound to happen. That being said, the allure of the Bermuda Triangle is unlikely to fade anytime soon. As long as there are unsolved mysteries and strange occurrences, people will continue to speculate about what really happens in this enigmatic part of the world. Perhaps that's the real power of the Bermuda Triangle, not in its ability to swallow ships and planes, but in its ability to capture our imagination and remind us that, even in the age of science, there are still mysteries left to explore. The human stories behind the triangle, beyond the scientific explanations and media hype, the Bermuda Triangle is also a place where real people have experienced loss, fear, and tragedy. While the region may not be as mysterious as some believe, the human stories that have emerged from the triangle are both heartbreaking and thought-provoking. Take, for instance, the story of the Witchcraft, a small cabin cruiser that vanished off the coast of Miami in 1967. The boat was in good condition, and its captain was an experienced sailor. He made a call to the Coast Guard, reporting that the boat had struck something but wasn't in any immediate danger. He requested a tow back to shore. However, by the time the Coast Guard arrived just 19 minutes later, the boat had disappeared without a trace. no debris was found, and neither the captain nor his passenger were ever seen again. For the families of those lost in the Bermuda Triangle, these disappearances are not just mysteries. They are personal tragedies. The triangle has claimed the lives of many, leaving behind grieving families who are left with no answers. The uncertainty of not knowing what happened to their loved ones is often harder to bear than the loss itself. The emotional toll of the unknown. One of the most difficult aspects of these disappearances is the lack of closure. When a ship sinks or a plane crashes, there is usually some wreckage to recover, some clue that points to what happened. But in the Bermuda Triangle, many of the disappearances are complete. No debris, no bodies, nothing to indicate what went wrong. This lack of closure can be devastating for the families of the victims. Without any concrete evidence, they are left to wonder whether their loved ones are truly gone, or if they might have somehow survived. The not knowing can lead to a kind of emotional limbo, where grief is suspended because the finality of death is never fully confirmed. The search for answers. For many families, the search for answers becomes a lifelong pursuit. Some turn to scientific explanations, hoping that one day, new technology or research will reveal the truth behind the disappearances. Others find solace in spiritual or paranormal theories, believing that their loved ones might have been taken to another dimension or abducted by extraterrestrial forces. In either case, the search for answers is often motivated by the need for closure. It's human nature to want to understand the world around us, to find explanations for the unexplainable. When those answers aren't forthcoming, it leaves a void that can be difficult to fill. Stories of survival. While many stories from the Bermuda Triangle end in tragedy, there are also tales of survival. Stories of those who encountered danger in the triangle, but lived to tell the tale. One such story is that of Bruce Gernon, a pilot who was flying over the triangle in 1970 when he encountered what he described as an electronic fog. Gernon's experience has become one of the most well-known survival stories from the Bermuda Triangle. According to Gernon, he was flying from Andros Island to Florida when he saw a strange cloud formation ahead of him. As he flew into the cloud, he found himself surrounded by a thick, swirling fog that seemed to warp time and space. His instruments malfunctioned, and he lost all sense of direction. When he finally emerged from the fog, he was over Miami, more than 100 miles from his last known location. Gernon's story has been widely debated, with some suggesting that he experienced a natural phenomenon such as St. Elmo's fire or a meteorological anomaly. Others believe that Gernon may have inadvertently flown through a time warp or portal. Whatever the explanation, Gernon's experience adds another layer to the Bermuda Triangle's mystique. The Triangle's place in popular culture. The Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a place of mystery and danger has been cemented in popular culture. From movies to books to television shows, the Triangle has been featured in countless works of fiction. In these stories, the Triangle is often depicted as a gateway to another world, a place where the laws of nature no longer apply. One of the earliest examples of the Bermuda Triangle in popular culture is the 1977 film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, in which a group of planes that disappeared over the Triangle reappeared decades later, completely intact and with no explanation for where they've been. The idea of the Triangle as a portal to another dimension has also been explored in television shows like The X-Files and Lost. In literature, the Bermuda Triangle has been the subject of numerous mystery novels and thrillers, many of which play on the idea of alien abductions or time warps. These fictional depictions of the Triangle often blur the line between reality and fantasy, further fueling the public's fascination with the region. The intersection of science and myth. What makes the Bermuda Triangle so captivating is the way it straddles the line between science and myth. On the one hand, many of the disappearances can be explained by natural phenomena, storms, rogue waves, and human error. On the other hand, the lack of definitive answers leaves room for speculation and imagination. It's this intersection of the known and the unknown that keeps people intrigued by the Bermuda Triangle. Even as science continues to demystify many of the Triangle's secrets, the allure of the unexplained persists. The ocean is a vast, mysterious place, and the Bermuda Triangle represents our enduring curiosity about what lies beyond the horizon. It's a place where science and myth collide, where facts and stories intertwine to create a narrative that is both fascinating and elusive. The Bermuda Triangle as a symbol. In the Bermuda Triangle is more than just a geographical location. It's a symbol of the human desire to explore, to push the boundaries of what we know, and to confront the unknown. Whether we view it as a place of danger or a place of mystery, the Triangle represents something larger than itself. A reminder that, even in an age of technology and science, there are still places on Earth that challenge our understanding. For the families of those who have disappeared in the Triangle, the region will always hold a sense of loss and longing. For the rest of us, it will continue to be a source of wonder and intrigue, a place where the natural and the supernatural meet in a dance that we may never fully understand. As we explore the Bermuda Triangle, both through the lens of science and the lens of myth, we are reminded that the world is still full of mysteries. And perhaps it is those mysteries that make life all the more compelling. The impact of technology on the Bermuda Triangle's mystique. As we move further into the 21st century, the way we view the Bermuda Triangle is changing. With the advent of modern technology, many of the mysteries that once surrounded the region are being explained, or at least diminished. From satellite tracking to advanced navigation systems, technology is providing new insights into the disappearances that have made the Bermuda Triangle infamous. But at the same time, it's also chipping away at the mystique that has long defined the area. Modern navigation. Reducing the risk. One of the biggest changes in recent years is the improvement in navigation technology. In the past, sailors and pilots had to rely on compasses and celestial navigation to find their way across the ocean. In a place like the Bermuda Triangle, where magnetic anomalies are said to disrupt navigation instruments, this could lead to serious problems. It's no surprise that many of the disappearances in the Triangle occurred before the advent of GPS. Today, however, ships and planes are equipped with GPS systems that allow them to navigate with pinpoint accuracy, even in areas with magnetic disturbances. This technology not only helps crews stay on course, but it also allows for real-time tracking of vessels and aircraft. If a ship or plane goes missing, authorities can now pinpoint its last known location and launch a search and rescue mission more quickly than ever before. Satellite technology, watching from above. Another technological advancement that is helping to demystify the Bermuda Triangle is the use of satellites. With the ability to monitor large areas of the ocean from space, satellites provide a bird's-eye view of what's happening on the surface of the water. This has proven invaluable in tracking ships and planes, as well as in monitoring weather patterns and ocean currents. For example, if a ship goes missing in the Bermuda Triangle, satellite imagery can be used to track its movements leading up to its disappearance. In some cases, this has revealed that ships or planes were caught in storms or rogue waves, natural phenomena that are now more easily identified thanks to satellite technology. While satellites can't solve every mystery, they have certainly reduced the number of unexplained disappearances in the region. In the past, when a ship or plane vanished, there was often no way to know what had happened. Today, however, satellites can provide valuable clues that help investigators piece together the puzzle. The role of weather forecasting. Weather has always been one of the biggest factors contributing to accidents in the Bermuda Triangle. Sudden storms, hurricanes, and violent seas have all played a role in many of the region's disappearances. But in the past, weather forecasting was far less advanced than it is today. Ships and planes often had little warning before they encountered dangerous conditions. Now, with modern meteorological technology, weather forecasting has become much more accurate. Satellites, radar, and computer models allow forecasters to predict storms with far more precision than ever before. Ships and planes can be rerouted to avoid dangerous weather, reducing the risk of accidents in the Triangle. Black box technology, solving the mystery. Another technological development that has changed the way we investigate disappearances is the use of black box technology. Black boxes, or flight data recorders, are now standard equipment on planes, and many ships are equipped with similar devices. These recorders capture crucial data about the ship or plane systems, as well as audio recordings from the cockpit or bridge. In the event of an accident, black boxes can provide investigators with invaluable information about what went wrong. For example, if a plane crashes into the ocean, the black box can reveal whether the crash was caused by mechanical failure, human error, or some other factor. In the case of the Bermuda Triangle, black boxes have helped to solve some of the region's more recent mysteries. The decline of unexplained disappearances. With all of this technology in place, it's no surprise that the number of unexplained disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle has declined significantly in recent years. In the past, ships and planes could vanish without a trace, leaving behind nothing but questions. But today, with GPS, satellite tracking, weather forecasting, and black boxes, it's much harder for a disappearance to remain a mystery. In fact, many of the disappearances that once contributed to the Bermuda Triangle's reputation can now be explained by these advancements. When a ship goes missing, investigators can use GPS data to track its last known position, weather data to check for storms, and black box recordings to identify any mechanical failures or human errors. This combination of technology has demystified many of the Triangle's most recent incidents. The Triangle's shrinking mystique. As the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle are solved, its allure is gradually fading. For decades, the Triangle was seen as a dangerous, almost supernatural place where the laws of physics didn't apply. But as technology has advanced, it has become clear that many of the disappearances were the result of natural causes, human error, or mechanical failure. This shift from myth to reality has changed the way we think about the Bermuda Triangle. While it's still a place that captures the imagination, it no longer holds the same level of fear and intrigue that it once did. The days of wondering whether the triangle was a portal to another dimension or the site of alien abductions are largely over, balancing mystery and science. Despite the advances in technology, there is still a part of the Bermuda Triangle that remains shrouded in mystery. While modern technology has explained many of the region's disappearances, there are still some cases that defy explanation. These remaining mysteries, though fewer in number, keep the legend of the Bermuda Triangle alive. For example, the case of the Sulphur Queen, a tanker ship that vanished in 1963, remains unsolved. No wreckage was ever found, and the cause of the disappearance is still unknown. Similarly, the disappearance of Flight 19 in 1945, while likely due to navigational errors and fuel exhaustion, still leaves some questions unanswered. These lingering mysteries remind us that, despite all of our technological advancements, there are still some things we can't fully explain. The role of imagination. Even with technology providing more answers, the Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a place of mystery endures in the public imagination. Part of this is due to the allure of the unknown. Humans are naturally drawn to mysteries, and the idea that there is still a place on Earth where things vanish without explanation is captivating. The Bermuda Triangle also plays into our fascination with the ocean. The sea, with its vast depths and untapped mysteries, has always been a source of both wonder and fear. The Triangle, located in the heart of the Atlantic, represents the intersection of these emotions. It's a place where the known and the unknown meet, where science and myth collide. Technology and future mysteries. As technology continues to evolve, it's likely that even more of the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries will be solved. Advanced underwater exploration tools, such as remote-controlled submersibles and sonar mapping, are already helping scientists explore the ocean depths like never before. These tools could one day uncover the wreckage of ships or planes that have been missing for decades, providing answers to some of the Triangle's most enduring mysteries. However, as much as technology can explain, it's unlikely that the Bermuda Triangle will ever lose its status as a place of intrigue. The legend of the Triangle has become too ingrained in popular culture to disappear entirely. As long as there are unsolved cases and mysterious disappearances, the Bermuda Triangle will continue to captivate the imagination. The Bermuda Triangle in the modern age. In the modern age, the Bermuda Triangle stands at a crossroads between myth and reality. On one hand, technology has demystified many of the region's most famous disappearances, providing logical explanations for what were once considered supernatural events. On the other hand, the Triangle remains a symbol of the unknown, a place where the ocean's depth still holds secrets and where our fascination with the mysterious continues to thrive. As we move forward, it's likely that the Bermuda Triangle will continue to evolve in the public consciousness. Advances in technology will no doubt provide more answers, but the Triangle's reputation as a place of mystery will persist. After all, it's not just the disappearances that make the Bermuda Triangle intriguing. It's the stories we tell about them. And as long as those stories endure, the Bermuda Triangle will remain a place where the natural and the supernatural coexist, where science and imagination meet, and where the unknown still holds a place in our world.